Donald J. Trump's journey in American politics has been nothing short of extraordinary. In 2016, he stunned the world by winning the presidency. He defeated Hillary Clinton, a victory that shocked pollsters and political analysts alike. Trump's victory was fueled by a powerful populist message. He promised to make America great again. This resonated with voters who felt left behind by globalization and economic change. Trump's presidency was marked by a series of controversies and policy shifts. He implemented tax cuts, particularly benefiting corporations and wealthy individuals. He also pursued an aggressive deregulation agenda, rolling back environmental protections and financial regulations. His America First foreign policy led to trade disputes with China and strained relationships with traditional allies. Trump's presidency was also marked by a deep partisan divide. His supporters praised his willingness to challenge the status quo and his focus on American interests. His detractors criticized his rhetoric, his policies, and his personal conduct. The nation seemed more divided than ever. Despite the controversies, Trump remained a popular figure among his base. He maintained high approval ratings among Republicans throughout his presidency. He successfully painted himself as a political outsider, fighting against a corrupt establishment. This image resonated with his supporters who saw him as a champion of the people. In 2020, Trump faced off against former Vice President Joe Biden. The election was held against the backdrop of the COVID-19 pandemic, which had a profound impact on the race. Trump's handling of the pandemic was widely criticized. He downplayed the severity of the virus and promoted unproven treatments. Biden ultimately won the election, defeating Trump by a significant margin in both the popular vote and the Electoral College. Trump refused to concede the election, making baseless claims of widespread voter fraud. His allegations were rejected by courts across the country, including judges appointed by Trump himself. Despite his loss, Trump remained a powerful force in Republican politics. He continued to hold rallies and make public appearances, maintaining his grip on his base. He also teased the possibility of running for president again in 2024. On November 15, 2022, Trump made it official. He was running for president again. He launched his campaign with a familiar message, promising to make America great again. He vowed to reverse the policies of the Biden administration, which he blamed for rising inflation and a decline in American standing abroad. Trump's opponent in the 2024 election was Vice President Kamala Harris. Harris, who had made history as the first female, first black, and first Asian American vice president, emerged as the Democratic nominee after Biden declined to seek a second term. The 2024 campaign was one of the most contentious in American history. Trump and Harris traded barbs on the campaign trail, accusing each other of being unfit for office. The debates were heated affairs, with both candidates launching personal attacks. The media coverage was relentless, with every twist and turn in the race dominating the news cycle. The election was closely watched around the world, as it was seen as a referendum on the direction of the United States. The outcome would have major implications for American foreign policy, trade, and the global balance of power. The stakes were incredibly high, and the tension was palpable. As the campaign entered its final weeks, polls showed a tight race, with Trump and Harris virtually tied in many key battleground states. The outcome of the election would likely hinge on turnout in a handful of states, including Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Arizona, and Election night 2024 was another nail-biter. As the results slowly trickled in, it became clear that the race was going to be very close. Key battleground states such as Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin were too close to call. It took several days for the final results to be tallied and for a winner to be declared. In the end, Trump emerged victorious, winning a narrow Electoral College victory. He carried many of the same states he had won in 2016, while also flipping a few key states that had gone to Biden in 2020. His victory was a testament to his enduring popularity among his base and his ability to connect with voters who felt left behind by the political establishment. Trump's second term began with a mix of hope and trepidation. His supporters were jubilant, believing that he would restore America to its former glory. His detractors were fearful, believing that he would further divide the country and erode democratic norms. The world watched with a mix of curiosity and concern, uncertain of what to expect from a second Trump presidency. Only time would tell what the future held for America under Trump's leadership. One thing was for sure, the country was in for another wild ride.